Alright, we are in another set of games. Round 1, Game 1. So we have Togg and Kotch versus Java and tmanplays. So Java and tman are playing as the PACT, while Togg and Kotch are playing as the NATO side. As always, this round will be on DEATHROW for the first round, and then we'll go to a different map for the second round. But tman looks like he's focusing on the middle, using that some really quick recon takes to get some people in there. Looks like Togg is trying to get some early points quick by calling in a command unit. And Togg has got a ton of recon shown here, but that Spetsnaz is going to rip him apart. What I've learned is when you do these aggressive pushes, you kind of want to make sure you just bring an AA with them. Because that's kind of the way to counter those FS Jaegers, is to bring a helicopter. But then if you do that, the other person could just have an AA plane on the go. But right off the bat, Togg has claimed this, and that's going to give him a pretty big advantage for the start. But as you know, these type of things don't always mean you're going to just win because you have the most points at the beginning. tman's got a T-80U trying to get that ready. Togg's throwing in a supply truck, I'm guessing, to get ready for some AA. Togg has a ton of infantry here, so it's kind of interesting that they're both helping on this side. Or he's getting lost in his pathfinding, and they're about to go up here and get blown up, and he's not going to see it. But right now, Togg has nobody on this side, but due to the fog of war, tman doesn't know that. But this is going to be kind of dangerous here, because he doesn't know that they're taking this route. He's like, what are you doing? No, you're not supposed to go that way. So he's forced to unload, and he's probably going to have to run into the trees, or is he going to run in the open field? That looks pretty epic. Epic. So right now they're on a +7. You'll probably start seeing some command units come in. They're like, yeah, we should probably do something, because we're not making any points right now. As always, the typical kind of push that you have to do in this map is, wow, that's going to hurt. And Togg got pretty far. Togg is now running with a whole lot of recon guys. Do those dudes have Panzer Heers? Okay, or Panzer Faust. So this is a pretty interesting push. It looks like they're really trying to get a foothold on this side. Now that maybe trying to, but tman has this side pretty well established. So they're even doing some mortars. Are they firing with the Pavads at the top? That recon actually gets pretty far, and then now that puts them no longer at only at a +2. And the moment this guy walks in, it'll be at a 0 advantage. But Kotch has got a pretty good push, and man, that actually didn't do that much damage, but man, Togg did a really good job with this mech rifle push. If he can get into this tree line, he'll be set. But while they're pushing on this side, tman is slowly moving on the other side, trying to figure out where the enemy is. Those HE bombers are going to definitely take out a lot. This guy's going to just melt that infantry, though, and they have no anti-air to protect them. And now the advantage is gone. tman's I think they're in a pretty good spot. With that big of a push, they just lost a lot of units. And Kotch is getting into their zone now, and there's not a lot of people to defend this zone. But he's trying to call in more, but those some BMPs are really slow, so it's going to take him a little bit. So I think Togg or Kotch managed to see the command unit, or he has an idea. It's a pretty typical place to put it. Whenever I hide my command units, I kind of like to just put them like in inconspicuous places. There's an M1 Abrams over here, and that push is failing to look over there. See this M1 Abrams gonna take out that. Oh, it's actually shooting at that helicopter. Did it fire a whole round? So big push though. Looks like Kotch's really bringing in everything he can, a ton of mech rifles, but right now Togg has no idea, but he's in trouble. And I guess he does have an idea because he's sending in some mech rifles to try and take out these guys, which they should. But the line is just slowly pushing, and Togg's having to move his command unit slightly. And that Abrams is going to get hit by that cluster bomb. Doesn't kill it, but definitely didn't make it feel good either. Now Togg is yeah, I was like, hopefully he unloads, because if he doesn't, he's going to get lit up. And Togg's also calling in some AT-4s. He's trying to fill up his woods with infantry now. If Kotch can pull this push off, they're going to be in a really, really rough spot. A good call with the helicopters in the back. And now Java's actually calling in some flame units. That will really help them, but they are able to push out the command, so that's going to put them back at an advantage. But they do have a lot of help here, and those guys are about to fall. Kotch needs to move these guys into these buildings, just have them hold in the buildings. And that Abrams is going to get lit up too. Here comes another HE thing, probably going to fire right into this area. Let's see if it hits. Actually, didn't really do much in terms of damage. Realizing that his push is kind of falling, I think Java's getting a little too excited here with the helicopters. And that's going to light them up. So we're about to have an engagement on this side, and hopefully Togg realizes. So if you try and like unload right here, what they'll naturally do, which I find kind of silly, is they'll be like, okay, I'll go all the way here to contested areas and take this route. And it's like, you want to take a different route? So that BMP is going to get killed pretty quickly. Or you would think it would. Man, okay. Jeez. Now he does have a T-80U, and he might see his command, and that's going to completely change the game because it's going to cause them to order another command unit. He's bringing up the T-80U. That is going to do some damage. Kotch's doing a great job getting a foothold here, but I don't know how long that'll last, and that Pivads is way too up front. But I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to protect his units. That T-80U, if it finds that, it's going to be an instant kill. Don't see any anti-air here, so this Cobra might actually work out really well. Just have it float. He should take it right over to that T-80U. And he does. And he just saved his command unit. Just in time. And then as that's happening, T-Man is bringing up his helicopter. That T-80U is just getting absolutely lit up. Still alive, though. After all that, I'm pretty sure this guy's out of ammo now. Kind of ridiculous, honestly. Tank's like, ow. Reverse, please. Togg does get his anti-tank infantry in there safely, but here come the BMPs. And big infantry push from Java to try and thwart this attack. Still no anti-air over here. I would just call on it. Put a cheap Pivads right here, because now T-Man knows exactly where your command unit is. Even if this helicopter will die, but you need to move that command unit before they call in some planes to blow it up. He also needs to spread out these mech rifles along the tree line. They're a little too bunched up. Did he land his helicopter? Yeah, so he landed his helicopter. He has a supply truck right there. He could easily just move it, and as you can see, T-Man is going to drop Hellfire on this infantry units. I think it's a guess, but it might be a good one. Took out one, and that was a miss. So Togg smartly was like, he saw me, time to move. T-Man does have these guys just chilling. Hopefully, if a tank sees them right now, that's a whole infantry unit gone. Now is the time for Togg to get some of these guys in this building here. Those Pivads aren't going to be able to take out those planes that quickly. Or will they? Pilot panicked. Man, that was a lot of HEs that just flew out. And managed to make it, but that's going to injure the plane, so it's going to make it take a long time. See, now Togg kind of realizes, like, I should have some anti-air. I think that was a guess attack, and unfortunately didn't work. And Togg, the AA, and on the PACT side is just insanity. But now Java's trying to do his push. And I think they'll win this one. He's doing some tank spam. I think he's the 4th division. I believe. Yes, he is, because he has FS Jaegers. And with these flame units are incredible against other units, especially in the trees. They'll win pretty much every time. Request fire support from Kotch. Java's got a good amount of units in here. Kotch, I'm a horrible announcer. I didn't even notice that Kotch actually got a command unit in there. My bad. Terrible job, man. That T80U that somehow survived the onslaught. So it was kind of silly. So he has a supply guy not doing anything. He literally could have just brought it over to his helicopter and been done with it. But, you know, sometimes it's not too easy to think on the spot, especially I'm the same way. Those mech rifles lose their ground on that building as it gets destroyed. Lots of Monostruckies over here. Let's see if, so they do have some artillery. And then you have the Shilkas, and now he's resupplying the helicopter. That'll give him some good help. We got a big old push right here. AT-4s are going to try and take out that tank. I don't think that's going to work too well. I don't even think they're firing at that tank, honestly. Looks like he's losing some of his infantry here. He does have some stingers there, but they're kind of in the front, and if he moves up those Monostruckies, they'll wreck those stingers because they only have one gun. And then that just takes out their command unit, so now we're back to no advantage. They have a lot of infantry here. They can actually make a pretty big push. Togg does do his HE drop, which was a good one. And then as that happening, you have some MiG-31s firing it away. They have a ton of infantry here. They can do a pretty big push. And I think this is the time because, you know, they just lost all that infantry, so you gotta do a counter push. And Togg's bringing up some M1 Abrams here. Will he see? Yeah. Oh. There's no idea that there's a Monostrucky right there. If that Monostrucky could walk up, it has a side shot. It's instant. It's going to be like an instant kill. He does have an ATGM that's going to see that tank. Bam. And that doesn't feel good. And I don't think the tank can see the ATGM. And I don't know if... Oh, so, smart order. It, didn't know who was shooting at it, so it fired smoke and it instantly retreated. Got an Apache coming in, and I think that's going to get blown up by this, actually, well, that might, yeah, it'll blow it up. If it can see it that far away. So Togg's got a good amount of infantry now on these tree lines. But there's a pretty good, I mean, not a whole lot of enemies, though. And he's bringing up even more people, so there's about to be a lot of infantry on this side. Smartly, Kotch's just kind of having the Apache in the back. Don't really want to push it up, because if you do, you're just going to get blown up by anti-air. We got some cheap tanks coming in on the left side, or right side, depending on how you look at it. And it looks like T-Man now helped out Java, and they have a really strong foothold on this, and it's going to take a lot for them to take it. I mean, if they knew, I mean, obviously if you knew, you could really just do a huge push right here. He does send in an AA unit to try and kill this Apache, and AA did nothing. And now we do have some arty firing into these trees, which is causing Togg's men to move. And here comes the Cobra. Man, I'm curious how that guy could still be seen. He's pretty far out. That's why I really don't even use helicopters. I've kind of taken them out of my deck. They're so weak right now. I feel like they're a waste of points. I'd rather just use something else. I think we're about to see a pretty, if they can do this correctly, I think we're about to see a pretty big push. And I just realized I got quiet for a second. Sorry. Yeah, I got some artillery. I mean, just look at this. It's going to take them a bit to get here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ardying the tree is going to drop down an HE bomb on something. Is that plane going to land on? Wow. Plane lands on the mortars, causing some damage. So as they're accumulating troops, you know, you can see that Togg and Java are doing the same as well. We have a request fire support from Togg, because I think he's like, uh-oh. And he's calling in some stingers. See how this goes. I mean, T-Man is slowly changing this line. And, oh wait, is that Togg that's saying that? Oh no, it's T-Man that's doing request fire support, because he kind of has an idea of where they're at. Man, pretty accurate artillery right there. Togg's in a little bit of trouble with his command unit. Oh man, all this air support, airdrop is really going to hurt. He's able to get it off. Damn. That changes everything. Instantly, Togg calls in a command unit. He was able to get that off just like that. And then now I think you're going to start seeing some pushing. Togg still has a lot of people, so they have a lot of time. Well, it depends how this infantry does over here. Kind of quiet right here right now. They're just trying to make sure they have this baseline, and I think it looks like Togg and Kotch are kind of preparing for a big push. Unless, I think, I'm not sure what Togg's doing over there. I guess we'll find out. Ton of infantry right here. This is pretty wild. KPZs just blew up. All these tanks just blew up that. Abrams really weak on this side. That other Abrams is going to get blown up. Got blown up by... And these guys are walking in tandem, which I love that. Love to see it. And here comes more infantry. It seems... What's Togg up to? So Togg is moving his troops over here, but they're going to get seen by these T-64s. That HA Abrams should take it out. Hopefully it does. Oh no. This isn't good. That was lucky. Okay, so as that's going on, Control's dropping some... He needs to unload. Ooh. And Togg is able to get his infantry in there, but they're already pushing, and they know exactly where that command unit is. It's right in that corner. He does have a line of people, but man, I don't think... Togg has to move. And here comes the HE trying to drop. Oh, wow. They're killing people with their planes, but they are losing them too. But Java now helping out T-Man with a ton of infantry. And this push is... it's gonna hurt. Togg has all of his infantry bunched up, but they're all weak now. And they're about to find the command unit and take them out again. It's not looking good. Let's see what they're calling in right now. So they're calling... Togg's calling in some Abrams to see what he can muster up. Then you have these Motostrekkies moving in. Togg's in a lot of trouble. And as this is happening, they have all these other infantry in this other side where they really need some help over here now. Because Java didn't really lose anybody on that push. And now Togg is running his guys up in the middle of the open field, trying to kill this T-80U. He does get some men out there, and he's just microing his command unit and trying to get him to hide. Still a huge push right here, though. Oh! The pivots are actually shooting at... Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, man. We gotta move, guys. Pivots are having a retreat. And here comes all this munchkins running through the green, 50 fields. Planes getting blown up. The tide of this battle is changing. Togg is just trying to buy time with hiding his things and creating a baseline with this infantry to try and protect his command unit. And T-Man sees exactly where he is, and if they have any planes left, they've lost a lot of planes. It's crazy that these men, oh my gosh, completely surrounding him. They gotta think of something quick. That infantry's not gonna last much longer. T-80U's firing in. This is epic. It's absolutely epic. He knows that he's got him pinned exactly where he is. And Java, T-Man, they know, they're like, we have to have this. Togg and Kotch will know exactly what's at stake here. Oh no, the command unit is all alone. He knows that it's not going to be much longer. Togg, out of desperation, starts calling in helicopters. While this is happening, here comes the MiG-29A to kind of stop some of that. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Dang! Just like that, 3 helicopters gone, and there goes the command unit. Now with all of this, they're going to be able to create a baseline along here, essentially cutting off any reinforcements from this side. Now they're just dropping everything. The VAD's gone. The tide of this battle has completely changed. They have completely overtaken the sector. Kotch is just trying to do anything. He is dropping off some fire team walls. Kotch and Togg, I mean, they have infantry in here. They managed to sneak this flame unit all the way by without anyone seeing them. Is everything okay? Where are they? Can't even see them. Completely invisible. Maybe that's why. These Monostrekkis aren't out of their vehicles yet. One of them gets blown up. This Abrams is in trouble. It's walking right into a side shot. He does have this one Abrams far out, but this other one is gonna get obliterated. Gotta reverse that Abrams, Togg. It's like, I'm a little busy, man. Fair enough. So that Abrams is in a lot of trouble. And here comes Kotch trying to counteract T-Man's infantry attack. And it's looking like they're in a lot of trouble now. This was a very, very, very impressive push. To take the center, you really have to have more than one person team do it, unless you have like a lot of infantry and a lot of help. That Abrams will get a T-80U side shot, but then T-Man microing sees the Abrams and starts reversing just in time. And the Abrams is not even shooting at the T-80U. I think he's like, no, idiot, shoot at him. Now this Abrams, if it reversed just a little bit, it could use the house as cover. And now the big push begins to overtake the entire sector. As you can see from the baseline right here, it's all T-Man and Java. And they're just slowly pushing. At a +1 advantage right now. I'm not really sure what happened here. Something must have got sniped. It's buying them just a little bit more time. But it's not looking good. He's got all these guys. These Dragon Engineers could probably get this T-64. How much fuel does this thing even have left? Good amount still. It's not over until it's over. But man, just look at all those tanks. They barely lost anybody. The mech rifles are having to run. They're like, get me out of here, run! Togg takes out some of his guys and he's moving them forward with the mech rifles. Go guys, fight! And they are pressing on. And man, T-Man and Java working in tandem, almost like they're playing on the same computer or moving up at the same time. This is what you have to do. This is what you always try to do, is take over the sight lines so you know when the enemy is attacking. This is going to make it incredibly difficult to push past this. And even then, T-Man's calling in even more people, and he knows how far he can put them because of how far his push has gotten him. So, for some reason, I guess that command unit must have got sniped. Well, this much time, once they get this command unit in there, it's pretty much going to put them in a pretty bad spot. T-Man having the AAs just ready to go. Now Kotch them are just trying anything they can. He's got a command unit over here, kind of just waiting for his chance to try and get it in the sector, but it's just not there yet. And they're back to a +3 advantage. This is definitely not looking good. Engineers are probably going to take out this T-64. Just gets out of its sight lines. T-64 BB is shooting at this Abrams, and man, RNG is not on Togg's side there. It's on it's on T-Man's side because the T-64 hasn't missed, while the M1 Abrams missed every shot. Besides one. That's unfortunate. This flame unit just managed to circumvent all of that. It's not... This is going to take a lot. So I think they're going to try and just accumulate as much troops as possible. Whenever this kind of happens, though, it makes you order a lot of planes because you're just trying to blow some of them up. And T-Man and Java are not letting their foot off the gas. They're not pushing even further because they know they're like, if I was them, I'd be in these trees. And they're pushing even further into this sector. Java saying, help, we can do this. Togg and them are like, what? How do we stop this? Control has these random arrow rifles just hanging out. That's funny. They're like, yeah, we're just here to help. And then here begins the push. Man, it's wild. EMPs. It just seems like they just... I wish I could push like that. Jeez. They didn't get any resistance whatsoever, did they? And here we go, a battle in the trees. We'll win. Missiles are just not working. They're about to take the advantage on points. Infantry now has this this side. At this point, you can just kind of chill and wait to win. Sorry about that. My wife is trying to convince me to go to a hockey game and spend a lot of money. Alright, so now T-Man getting pretty aggressive here. He's still pushing up his guys. Togg is now all the way back here with some infantry surrounding the command unit. It's interesting how it plays out. Normally it's like, alright, so we have this. Now as a team, let's all push one side. It seems it's gone this way. T-Man's actually bringing up some recon and AA with him. Java could also push these guys up. There's really nothing they can do. The Stingers are gonna... Will they get that AA? It takes so long to fire. That tank will probably take out that AA helicopter. He's sending him in as a way to see if he can find where the command unit is. It's kind of just it's mainly a suicide run, and now he sees it, so he'll probably ping it. Trying to see, where are you? Man, they just completely have overtaken this, huh? And so what they're trying to do is, alright, fine, you're taking this sector, we'll use your aggression against you, and I'm going to see if I can push it here, but funnily enough, due to them just not losing anybody in that push, they actually have a lot of people defending. Man, not looking good. And oh my gosh, Java is sending in the cheap tanks. Send them all! And it's just a slow tick, and even this push will not work, unfortunately. And Java actually has a recon helicopter just hiding in the back. He's gonna fly him over to see if he can get a view and be like, oh, look at that, that's a lot of enemies. These AA, see, as you can tell, these AA helicopters are so good against anti-infantry, it's ridiculous. And that's why people use them. Rarely do these people actually use these AA helicopters to take out other helicopters. They use it. Wow, look at this. Kotch, you're so close. Oh no, those tanks are gonna see him though. He's so close. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Ouch. Well, this could also change it temporarily, but the tank is, when the tanks walk by, they're gonna see him, and this just completely ruins their cover. And unfortunately, they're not gonna be able to beat that many tanks. Jeez, look at that. Ow. Man, he snuck all the way over there. They just couldn't get it off in time. Then, I think he blew up like 1 or 2 tanks. Might be able to see. Did he blow up any tanks? May have not. Damn, that's unfortunate. Just all the tank spam. And they're defending this, I mean, because they have to, but at this point, you know, Togg's got a good amount of tanks here. I think he's just trying to accumulate as much as he can and get ready for a push. Hoping that Kotch can get some ground, but it's not looking good. That tank's gonna get blown up. Another cluster comes in to finish off that tank. Goodbye. And they still have a ton of people defending. That's the thing. Sitting in this FS Jaegers just to do something. I'm not even sure who they're fighting at. The fire team walls. I mean, they're beating them. They are lead. Here comes even more people. Golly, man. Those mech rifle walls will be able to blow up one. Yeah. You know, Togg is calling in all the artillery. He even put some Stingers next to it just in case. This H. Abrams is trying to do anything it can to help. Interesting that the Chaparral doesn't see these guys. Oh man, and T-Man is actually trying to push forward his command unit. And he probably will be able to. Because it's going to take out that H. Abrams. Man, These tanks just can't do anything, man. Look at that, another miss. Goodness gracious, dude. Kotch's having a call on this, but this is going to get attacked by that AA. And that Chaparral is just not seeing those helicopters. And here comes the push on that side now. That was pretty cool. And crazy how the tides change, huh? And this helicopter is just not going to stand a chance against an AA helicopter. Imagine seeing that in real life. That's it, actually. This one managed to stun the AA helicopter. And here comes the T-80U. This will be the nail in the coffin. Togg is like, oh shit. And here it comes. Canceling out their command, giving them a +5. At this point, it's just not enough time. And it doesn't seem that Togg and Kotch will be able to defeat this force. Man, what a freaking push. DEATHROW's a pretty fun map, I think. Kotch's fire team will also manage to make it all the way over here. They're going to fight these pioneers. They're going to kill that tank. Now they're just going to run. Now Java's moving forward here. We've got all these tanks firing at these cheaper tanks. I mean, you would hope that these would win. They don't even see them. He was like, oh, I'm just not going to push up. I was like, there's no point. And we also have some arrow rifles that are just getting wrecked. And as you can see, that bug is still in the game. Where it doesn't even matter. You can just rush the helicopters. If they get blown up, okay, who cares? The guys survive and they don't even get damaged or hurt. It's a really silly bug. Definitely something you should take advantage of, though. This helicopter is going to get destroyed. Just bam. Look at this. Oh gosh. Goodness gracious. This is wild. I just feel like the RNG. Wow. Absolutely insanity. Mech rifles are like... That'll end the game. Jeez, that was absolutely wild. What a good game by Java and T-Man and Togg. They had a really good push at the beginning, but then when they got hit with a counter push, they unfortunately just couldn't hold on. So really awesome game all around, just absolute insanity. And some of these videos might be longer than others, but grab some snacks. You can always come back and watch another one, but we are going into the next round, or next game, not next round. Game 2, round 1. Java, T-Man v Togg, Kotch. See you there in 2 seconds. All right, and we are here now with game 2. So game 1 went to T-Man and Java as they had one of the most impressive pushes I've seen in DEATHROW. That was very incredible. And so now they're going to be playing as the NATO side, and we have Kotch and Togg playing as the my gosh, man, PACT side. Goodness gracious. So it looks like Java is going to be playing as the 2nd Division, and T-Man I think is either playing as the 3rd Armored or the 8th Infantry. Probably should have looked that up before I started the video. T-Man gets the jump on this recon unit, but actually he didn't get it. Oh, very lucky miss. He needs to unload. So now you have Kotch just being really aggressive with these recons, and they're gonna get destroyed. But Kotch comes in with a really quick take on the center to give them that +3 advantage right off the bat. And these guys are gonna get completely obliterated by that tank. He does get a sneaky recon infantry in that sector. Java is trying to get his set up right here to make sure that he's good to go. And Togg is calling in some tanks. He's got 3 T-80 BBs all together, Gotta be careful with that, though. That's something I've learned. I do not. I'll like call on my tanks, but then once I get them ready, I start like, all right, you go here, you go here, you go there, you go there, just to avoid like them just blowing me up. These tow missiles, man, they won't mess around. Kotch is sending in some T-55s, and that's just gonna get wrecked by those mech rifles. But these T-80BBs should do a pretty good job taking out those that HA Abrams or not. How much are those? It can't be that expensive. So we do have another, Kotch just has another infantry unit, but for some reason he just has it sitting there. He might as well just bring it back over there if he's not going to use it. And T-Man is trying to get a foothold on the right side, which is usually what I like to do. I'm not very good. I don't really know what's the best meta on taking this. Like, obviously, like, you know, you gotta go through the trees and then people HE it, you know, stuff like that, but so I haven't really figured that part out. These things are taking a beating right now. And we got some mortars coming on the left side, so it looks like Java's main goal is to take this sector and assist, which is always a good strategy in my humble opinion. And then Kotch actually manages to get his recon unit all the way through there, just managed to sneak him by, so that worked out. Probably going to start seeing some command units come in, yep, right there. And I'm sure they're going to be calling in, but here comes a big push. Looks like they were really focused on the center, and they kind of are just letting Java waltz in, and with those sapperies, I don't think they're gonna be able to do much of a fight. So that's gonna cause some problems. This M1 Abrams is coming in. It's gonna destroy that T-55 pretty easily. Togg's having to reverse his T-80s. I didn't even realize there was these other ones. So with these 4 T-55s, they should be able to take that tank, and they do. So good placement by Kotch with the tanks. He needs to make sure to move them. At this point in time, Java's going to waltz right into this area. He's calling in a command unit to come here. We have another command unit which is going to neutralize that area. And if they don't put anybody here, it's going to give them an advantage. Yeah, have Kotch is bringing in some, and Togg in tandem are bringing some infantry to assist. And man, this push is going to hurt because they don't know, so they're not sending anybody. So they've sent all this infantry. Has no idea that he's about to be attacked, and now they're like, oh shit. And Togg's command unit is shooting, and so now they know exactly where the command unit is. So I'm sure you're going to see an airstrike coming in soon. But man, they're going to completely take this over. They may not even need to do an airstrike. So they're just going to do a push, and they're going to kill that command unit. He unloads his infantry, I think, just a hair too early. I'm not sure what he's doing there. And then Kotch needs to unload his infantry now, because if he doesn't, they're going to get blown up. Unload. What are you doing, Kotch? Unload. You gotta have so much more additional firepower. There he goes, he unloads them. Command unit now is having to move back. And then once this gets in there, I'm sure they're going to send, Java's is going to send this dude in here. And they actually now have neutralized this area, so they're not at the advantage anymore. Flame troopers are really good. He's requesting fire support, T-Man, because they're all bulked together, so that cluster is just gonna... It's so difficult, because you're like, what is the best way? You don't want to be together too much. So he retreats his guys. Okay, well, that actually could have gone a lot worse. And totally missed that, but it looks like, oh yeah, look at that. He got sniped. Straight sniped him. But so they're still at a +1 though. They really need to move back to this. Shoots in and put him back here. Like he could be getting like point. And Togg is moving up these other guys. They're trying to move all the way through here. I would like to see if I could get infantry in this tree line, but now they're T-Man. Oh my gosh, T-Man and Java. 4 freaking bombers. Let's see just how bad that's gonna be. That's gonna be gnarly. Bomb. So far, so good for him, but oh no, bomb. All right. That could have been worse. But what couldn't be worse is this. Because right now, that command unit's going to come up and it's going to take that spot. We have a napalm from Kotch. Wonder what he's going for. Oh, he was just doing something right there. And once again, just Java's doing a great push. Togg has these guys ready to go. Unfortunately, it's like they chose the wrong side. Man, another bomber. Goodness gracious. They need to move these guys. These poor guys are just getting annihilated. Oh. Ouch. That explosion. This is so cool. 20 frame rate explosion. And here comes Java's command unit. That's going to give them another advantage. And here's that. We have T-Man found him. So the reign of that recon unit is over. They had a good run. Togg needs to move these guys. He hasn't moved them yet. Probably scared they're gonna get blown up. And here comes Togg. I think that's why he hasn't moved them. He needs to unload right now. He does. He's gonna send them through the trees, and then they did just use like all their planes, so they might not even have an airstrike available. But now they're losing it +3. And Kotch, for some reason, decides to move this infantry, this thing back. He's going to put it in there, and I would hope that he's going to move up that Machutsen. That infantry is just getting absolutely wrecked. Yeah, so he brings up the Machutsen and just has them hiding. And here comes an HE from Togg. That's going to do some damage. You would hope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That hurt. That's no bueno. Got some tanks along here on this side. But holy moly, infantry. A bunch of Milan low veterancy infantry coming in. Still Togg has these guys, but he's not moving them. They do have this sector for now, but then that Java's going to have that command unit come in and kind of take that away. And it does look like Togg is also doing some artillery here, but that infantry push didn't go too well, and just they took out some, but Java and them are bringing in even more, and now they're at a +4 advantage. Machutens should probably just get inside this building just to kind of give them some additional cover. They could have some more help from Togg. Not a very, like, I mean, they're also low veterancy, so it's all low veterancy. I would have just had these guys go through the trees. Excuse me. Had these guys go through the trees and then go down here. I'm trying to guess where the command unit is, and I mean, he's doing a pretty good job of guessing. Almost kills it. Togg's always pretty good at guessing that kind of stuff. Was that Togg? That was Kotch. And Java looks like he is trying to protect now. Well, let's see what the pathfinding is. Man, these freaking infantrymen are just... So the T-80's looking for... So right now he's looking over here. He's like, okay, he's not there, so he's got to be over here. There's a Leopard 2A3, and that's going to one-shot those... that's going to destroy those T-80s. Get him out of there. Ooh, that doesn't feel too good. Yeah, let's get them out of there. And here comes some assistance just in time, too. Unfortunate timing for Togg. Ton of infantry over here, and look at all that infantry that just unloaded. All the infantry. And here comes some infantry on Togg's side, a bunch of cheap units just to throw bodies. And those T-80s are in trouble now. Looks like he took out a good amount of those infantry units, but now they're actually, look at this. Well, why aren't you moving? Move, homie. Here comes some other HEs. He was actually able to push that out. So now they're only at a +2. Is he going to call in a command? I think he has that command. Yeah, it's right here, so he doesn't even have to call it in. So they're starting to push back a little bit, but man, they have no idea the amount of infantry. Look how epic that looks. It's so awesome looking. So much infantry. Who needs, you know, that's, I guess, almost hurt his own guys. So once again, just kind of moving with the thing. Still, I think Togg might have forgot about these guys. But, wow. So they're actually, I thought he was sending them to go over there, but he's actually sending them to go over here. Spread out! Disperse! Do they have anything to... Yeah, they have panzers. Man, those marauders are no joke. Well, there's so many of them. And they just completely took that side with that crazy infantry spam push. Who will win? Oh, he did drop an HE. So many planes. Look at all that infantry. Man. Got a Kotch with a Matschützen. It's probably going to unload here and have them walk right there, I guess. Got another HE unit from Togg coming in. Ooh, that did some damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that hurt. Good placement with the tank right there, just kind of waiting for him. But once again, I think this is going to be one of those things where they kind of just wait and then they do a big push. This don't seem to lose any infantry. Pretty strong, pretty good hits with that artillery. I think it's going to kill it. Just missing it. Oh man, just missing it. These T-80BVs that Togg's been microwaving are still kicking. And the infantry's still alive here, pushing over the hills. Like, we fight, we live. So Togg is actually moving those guys now, trying to get them in the tree line, but they've been spotted by the HA Abrams, which is really going to hurt. Oh no, oh no. Togg not knowing about this huge amount of infantry, gets completely flanked. Java brings in a logistics truck to heal up that command unit. Togg and them gotta do something quick. Still has that recon guy alive. And now it seems that T-Man's like, alright, let's try and push up. And it's a good time too, because there's not a lot of resistance here. Togg is pushing with his infantry, but as you can see, Java is about to thwart that attack. An HE strike. This isn't going to feel good. This is not going to feel good. Does he see where they're at? He's dropping it now. I think he missed. Didn't really get anybody. Java's calling in some more cheap units. Another HE bomb comes flying in. That one looks like it's not going to miss. Ah, just missed. So Togg managing to survive that. He's getting a little bit... Okay, well, so Togg's getting attacked from the right, but then Kotch is bringing in his dudes. But over here, it looks like this line is slowly falling. And once these guys fall, there's nothing stopping them from getting this command unit. T-Man was actually able to sneak his engineers past these guys. And when Abrams is coming up against his T-55, it's not going to have any chance in hell. Fired. T-55 gets rocked by a Bradley. Just bringing up those SBWs just to do anything. Number 283 in the back is doing a great job. Man. They're trying to get that command unit. They're probably going to get it, but at what cost, you know? At what cost? So he is pushing out the command unit. Smartly, he's like, alright, fine. You win this round. I think he's just trying to get whatever he can. Yeah, they did not see him. They have to, right? Yeah, they see him. So they pushed him out. That's going to take away that advantage. But as this is happening, though, it's kind of like at what cost? Togg and Kotch had to dedicate so much. That's going to hurt. Yeah, nice kill by Togg with the AT airplane. These Matsutsins should be able to kill those engineers. That Apache just survives. Togg does bring in some tanks. They're a little too clustered, though. He needs to spread them out. And they think the pain is over. They're like, alright, we survived. Little do they know. Man, the freaking command unit managed to escape. And he's got even more guys on his way, and they're not bad troops. They're flame troopers. So they will melt, literally. Some fighting in the tree lines. Tank from the far distance is shooting from the bottom of the hill. We have a napalm strike coming in. That's going to do some damage. Completely kills those two units, kind of giving them some reprieve here for a second. Calling in a logistics truck to kind of repair up some of the tanks, get ready for the second attack, and this push is going to hurt. You better hope that they have some planes ready to go. Unfortunately, they're using some of it, not knowing that they're about to get a lot of people attacking them. Smartly, which is something I want to start doing, this is why I'm going to start getting artillery. They're using smoke to cover their attack. And just the amount of troops that are about to fly in. Togg is going to have to prepare for this. So far, I mean, just all this infantry that's coming by. And then we have an HE plane flying in. Looks like T-Man is starting to take the left, but he is going to get resistance from Kotch. And Kotch will do a lot of damage against those guys, but we'll see an HE and a cluster flying in here. I don't know if he sees anything or if it's just going to be guessing. He hasn't fired anything. Shilkas will take that out, probably. Is he going to get it? Yep, he gets it. He's going to land on his guy. Just blows up right next to his guy. Kotch does win that engagement on this side, so he's pushing up left, trying to reinforce. And here comes the onslaught. That is not going to be enough. And then once again, he's back, and he's bringing in even more Jaegers. Cheap units, good cheap units. That Monostrucky is going to get completely annihilated. They're like, oh my gosh! They're everywhere! Oh, man. No chance in hell. And once again, back to it. I'm sure Togg is going to start firing his artillery. And of course, they're going to call in their HE units. Let's see how much damage they can do. It's one drop, nothing. Another drop, nothing. Probably thinks he killed his command unit, but he just pushed him back for now. Lots of drops, but I don't think they killed anybody. Unload, Togg, unload. So as this is going on, I'm sure there's another secondary push happening, and there is. T-Man is slowly getting a foothold along these tree lines. And Togg just lost all that infantry. Oh man. All of that infantry gone. That really hurts. It's going to take a while for him to restock, to fight back. This SPW is actually taking out an Apache, which is just stupid. It's freaking stupid. And here it comes. Oh my gosh, dude. This is ridiculous. He's completely going to take over this sector. About to take out that command unit. No bueno. That's going to give them even more advantage than they already have. Jeez. He does get the command unit, though. He got the command unit, so that's going to help him out for a little bit at least. Bring in that Machuchin Kotch. Bring it in. Bring it in, Kotch. Kotch is not noticing that it's, or maybe he's waiting to make sure he's got some help before he sends it forward. T-Man sees the T-80. Craziness right here. Here comes Kotch with that, and he's waiting, and then he brings him in. He needs to move him though, because they're gonna bomb it. They might not even. I mean, like, man, they gotta be out of planes soon, actually. That AT is going for that 2A3, and he loses his infantry. AT must have lost sight of the 2A3 because it didn't fire. Still a ton of infantry in here. Oh, I guess he actually moved them back. I'm not sure, but they're definitely gotta be calling in some help soon. Kotch has these guys ready, and they I don't know. Those are cheaper units though. And Togg has these other people protecting, you know, these guys. I think that was just like a guess attack. But it looks like Java is going to take this side over, and T-Man is just kind of buying his time right now. Let's see what they're calling in. So here comes some artillery fire. We got another HE drop. But now Java is taken over the buildings, but luckily there's not a lot of buildings. Either way, they're going to start pushing those guys forward. This Shilka will actually do a good amount of damage to infantry units, and Togg is actually calling in some T-80s to assist in attacking that side. So now, with all of this happening, they've lost so much on their center. Here comes another HE drop. I think this is a guess on where he's at. He's going to guess right. That's why you got to move your infantry. They have to be out of planes. You have to, the moment that you do that, they can see where your infantry comes in. You just gotta move them a little bit, but man, Java's completely taken over this center. They have some tanks here just kind of waiting to see if they can get eyes. Firing these. What gun does this guy even have? AK-47. Yeah. Here comes T-Man. He's about to do a big push. He's getting ready. Kotch is trying to see what's going on over here. Yeah, he's just like looming. They're all having to go over to the right. And I think they're like, alright, well. And they're losing. Oh my gosh, they got more people. Leopard 2A3, that guy's gonna be able to take a beating. That is definitely how you do it. Because those guys can take a beating and still live. Lots of tanks here. Firing from the tree lines. They're getting shot from all directions. I'm surprised that T-Man hasn't done his push yet. He's got a lot of guys here. Those Matshutsens, I think we'll be able to take those guys out. Yeah. Togg is trying to bring some people. He's like, I gotta have some people in here in the center. Once again, they're just losing so many guys. Unload, unload. Unload. Well, they're losing their infantry, but they still haven't really lost anything. The moment you do this, you gotta move them. So he hasn't unloaded yet. They're losing their planes. I think he's just guessing and not guessing correctly. But they have a good amount of infantry here. This amount should be able to take that Leopard 2 or 3. I mean, you'd hope, right? And now it begins the push for T-Man. And he's gonna, wow. He's gonna completely take this center once again. Here comes, this is the killing blow, guys. This is the killing blow. Look at all this they have over here. They got nothing on this side. T-Man doesn't know it yet, but he's sitting into this to see where the commander is, and he finds it. He's Still doesn't see him yet. I should be seeing him now, though. Yeah, he sees him now. And Togg is, man, this is it right here. Yeah, the command unit has to run. Holy shit, look at all those tanks. Lots of Motostruckies are coming in. The mod shootsins. Look at all those. Yeah, that'll happen. Better unload your guys. He hasn't unloaded them yet. And they still have planes. Very impressive. He's able to push, but you know, you lose so many guys, so. This was definitely the killing blow. This T-Man just did it just in time. That Shilko will just, well, Fire Team Law manages to get him. And it just looks like that's going to probably do it for Togg and Kotch. And here comes just another killing blow to send these guys in. They have infantry assistance. These guys a little too close to the infantry. They'll probably get lit up pretty good. They're at the 90% threshold. Out of complete desperation, Kotch is sending in a command unit just to hope that they can slow down the bleeding. You never know, because you can come back, but it's not very likely. And he's even getting that command tank up there. So they do send that in, but this is just gonna make them go ham with their tanks. Sends in an anti-tank plane and it doesn't even hit. Completely misses. It does have anti-tank helicopters though. Keep running. Put them over here. It's just, man, every time they get a break, there's more infantry just flying in. It's crazy. This tank is pushing back some of these, or this helicopter is pushing back some of those tanks. His Monstrutions, man, they fought pretty damn hard. He does have some T-72s, and he's going to come across these fire team guys who have no rockets, so they're going to be in a bit of trouble. But they're fighting the clock right now. This infantry is just pushing back this other infantry. Togg, I'm pretty sure this has got to be his last bout of infantry here. Does he see the command tank? No, but he does see this leopard. I don't think he's going to be able to get it off. What is that thing doing? What was it even doing? It crashes. So those T-72s get those guys. They had no way to defend themselves. This should be able to, yes, that Abrams gets knocked out by the BMPs. But Kotch has to send back that, and that's going to do it. And that's going to be game. Man, another, you know, battle of attrition there with the, you know, with pushing through and, you know, just sticking with it. Really, really crazy game. Absolutely insane. Great game by both Togg, Kotch, T-Man, and Java. It was an awesome game to watch. That means that Java and T-Man will be going on to the next round. So right now, so far, we have Java and T-Man in the next round, and we have Nalid and Silver in the next round. So we got a couple more games to go. So it's going to be pretty intense, guys. And I played my game, and it was a good one. So I think you guys will enjoy that one. That's the one I will be recording next, and I will be uploading that soon as well. But I will see you guys in the next one.